Steelers are on pressure.
Yeah, no, I know. I think those two in my mind have a couple issues in this. A lot of potential in those top 10. You go on what you know with right now with no games. You go on players, you go on coaches in new places, and we'll see how the top 10 shakes out. You can relive it on Sunday morning football on ESPNU. College football Sunday from 8 a.m. to noon. Catch all the action from Saturday. One neat little shiny package again. Sunday mornings on ESPNU. All right, so we're not done giving playoff predictions and for the contenders here. Which ones do these guys say are for real? In the Big Ten, one guy's are the clear number one right now. He's got the best shot to dethrone them. Big Ten chance championship drive continues after this. ESPNU Championship Drive is presented by Silver from Capital One. Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back every purchase, every day. And in part by Dish. Only the Hopper from Dish gives you the power to watch all your live and recorded TV. And premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Dude, you know, got a couple of A-plus roommates. I hate to do this because you guys are cool with everything. You're cool with my band, you're cool with that English accent phase or that. Well, literally out the middle. You're kind of theater troupe. Hey, give me a second, please. With State Farm, helping you really smart my money, and I got my own pad now. Oh, no big deal. Not bad. Funny place with a lot of pets. Dylan's gonna have to stay here. Well, not a pop.
Start out right in life with everything from renter's insurance to your first bank account. State Farm is there. Introducing Fast Foods First All Natural Burger with no added hormones, no antibiotics, and no steroids. The All Natural Burger at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. More data means more freedom to do whatever. That's why AT&T is giving you 50% more data. That's 15 gigs of data for the price of 10. Because the more data you have, the better. And right now, at AT&T, get $300 credit for every line you switch when you trade in a smartphone and buy a smartphone on AT&T. FanDuel has definitely changed my Sundays. It's made it a whole lot more interesting.
FanDuel's one-week fantasy football leagues are paying $75 million a week with immediate cash payouts and no commitment.
I've deposited a total of $35 on FanDuel and won over $2 million.
Just choose a league, pick your team, and get your cash winnings after Monday night.
It's like the best adrenaline rush ever.
Try FanDuel today. We'll match your first deposit up to $200. Go to FanDuel.com and enter promo code OT. That's OT.
You're a legend in the eyes of those who live on the battlefield. That's why you have to handle this mission yourself. If we fail, we lose our chance of revenge. Burn with the rest of them.
At the horseshoe tonight. Here comes Ohio State. Virginia Tech. The first national champions of the playoff era. The Buckeyes of the Hokies.
Virginia Tech. On ESPN and watch ESPN.
Take everything you ever loved about Monday night and double it. Eagles Falcons at 6:55. Vikings Niners at 10:15.
ESPNU Capital One.
Welcome back. It's Championship Drive. The Ohio State Buckeyes, the defending national champions, they open their schedule at Virginia Tech on Labor Day night. Who will it be, Cardale Jones or J.T. Barrett? There's a fierce quarterback battle going on all offseason. Here's what Urban Meyer said about it on Monday.
We'll announce the starter when the first guy takes the snap. It's still very close. Those guys are performing very well. You know, if you look at JT's game plan, with their quarterback and Cordell, it's very similar. There's a chance we'll both play as well. So that hasn't really, in our mindset, we're game plan our offense, and they both execute very well. Yeah, I imagine if one of them was way ahead, I'd probably announce it, but they're not. And it's more for our team than who we're playing.
We're now joined by Tim May, who covers the Buckeyes for the Columbus Dispatch. Tim, we heard what Urban Meyer just said about the quarterbacks. How do you handicap the quarterback battle right now?
You know, you gotta take the trainer at his word. You know, I mean, which horses are going to run? I mean, if they're neck and neck, then they're neck and neck. It's hard to believe at this point, a week out, that they don't have a guy who's ahead of the other one, and they probably do, but they're just not telling us. And, you know, J.T. Barrett won a similar quarterback job, which ended up being, you know, de facto the battle for the starting job when Nebraska Miller went down. So, you know, but it's different now than he was this time a year ago also. I still those guys, not in a scheduled way or anything like that, but I think those guys have proven they deserve to play. But who will make a first snap, you know, it's we may have to tell the first thing.
So you've been on the Buckeye beat since 1984.
Well, 2003 they were pretty high, but of course they lost Maurice Corrett before the season started that year. But that was a national championship team. They were coming back, and I mean they they were loaded, man. They had Will Smith and a bunch of guys on that team. They ended up being big time players. A.J. Hawk, Bobby Carter running down the line. 1998 they were the number one team in the country, and played that way except for like a quarter and a half against Michigan State. So I mean that team had Andy Keston, Moyer, and Antoine Winfield, and a host of others. That was an extremely talented team too. So this ranks right up there with those teams in my end, the way I look at it.
How big of an effect do you think the suspensions have early in the season for that team going against Virginia Tech?
Well, the effect on the field is going to be they're not going to have an All-American defensive end by the name of Joey Bosa, who in fact might be the best defensive lineman in the country, depending on which experts you talk to from one day to the next. And then number two, they will have Jalen Marshall, their number one hybrid back, who just kept getting better and better and making bigger plays as the year went on last year, especially the late part of the year. Flip side of that is, it definitely got the Buckeyes' attention. They've known about it for a while. They knew about it for a while before it was ever got out in public. But I think it's gotten them back from the standpoint of, you know, nothing's given to you in this game, and some guys are going to have to step up just like they had to last year. I mean, the next man up was the monster last year, and now you got a guy like Sam Hubbard, who a lot of people may be talking about the next day on September the 8th after he plays in place of Joey Bosa. He has a lot of big-time qualities, and Jalen Holmes, another guy who's going to play in that spot at defensive end. And, of course, they have a fellow by the name of Braxton Miller, who some people might forget, who's going to see time at hybrid back. And as Urban Meyer said today, he's gotten better and better, especially in the last week or so. That experiment looks like it may pay off.
It'll be interesting to see however it plays out. Blacksburg, not an easy place to play for the road team. Tim May from the Columbus Dispatch. Thanks, Tim.
You got it, Brandon.
Well, unprecedented.